Hey guys, I am back again for another Mattel Jurassic World tour review. Here is a set that I was supposed to get last year, but never got around getting it because distribution problems, thinking the dang thing was canceled by this point. God damn, you collect Jurassic. Anyway, so we have this set from Jurassic World's Epic Attack line, the Crash and Attack Ford Explorer. Now, of course, the only reason why I got it is because of this set Ford Explorer, but the Raptor does look pretty nice. Though at the same time, nothing beats the same Raptor I got last year right here. But like we'll take a better comparison later on in the rest of the video. Also, another thing, I had to cut some of these little ties that were attached to the car to begin with. I feel like it was best to actually take them out and demonstrate the action feature before getting started. Honestly, this might be my favorite Ford Explorer so far because it does have a more Kenner vibe to it. Opening doors are not included on this one for good reason, but at the same time, it just feels like a lot more of a Kenner aesthetic. Well, we'll get to it in a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. But since it's basically our second Epic Attack figure or figure set we're taking a look at, the Jurassic World logo right here, Ford Explorer, Crash and Attack, Epic Attack logo right there with some scratch marks looking really nice. I mean, the whole aesthetic of the Epic Attack set is really good looking. You got the contours right there, and then a nice forest aesthetic going around on this whole package, along with the demonstration of what the vehicle and dinosaur can do. 3 levels of intensifying damage. Over here, Jurassic World. Over here, same logo. Nothing special on the bottom. We'll go right at the back. So at the back, we get the Velociraptor jumping on the Ford Explorer, crushing the darn vehicle to pieces, along with the action feature what it can do, similar to the previous Velociraptor we already reviewed. Sunroof opens up, well, in that way instead of the other way around. But again, like I had to say, I mean, it may have already been passed, but last year, I still really like this package aesthetic. It's just basically the Dino Trackers package aesthetic. This time it's encased in red. It's a great looking aesthetic, in my opinion. It's got that Dino Tracker-like aspect to it. Enough of the package. Let's go ahead and take it all out. Wait, before I do that, I say there was nothing interesting in the bottom, but there is something interesting in the bottom, actually. Look at that holographic Ford logo right there. I mean, I think that's supposed to be some kind of scan code thing, but literally, like, just look at it. Looks like it's a little bit 3D in the inside, or just on that sticker in there. That actually looks really cool. Okay, that's enough of that. Alrighty, so we got the Crash and Attack Ford Explorer and the Velociraptor out of the package. So right off the bat, we're gonna go look at the Velociraptor, considering that the body of this Velociraptor is the exact same as the Jurassic Park 3 one we took a look at. The only difference is in the paint scheme and the face, because the face is now like the classic Jurassic Park Raptor with that ever so perfect metallic green eye. I really like how they keep repainting most of these Raptors and using the metallic green eye for most of these classic Jurassic Park Raptors. I mean, it's just a good looking eye. That's all I gotta really say right there. Again, just once again, another good looking Velociraptor. Also, scan code right here. Oh, yep, there it is. But that's not important because most of the time everybody's already got it by now. And of course, the sound effects are the same as the previous Epic Attack Velociraptor that we took a look at, so I don't have to go too much into those. And yeah, overall, just another good looking Raptor sculpt. Again, oversized, basically like the last Raptor, but doesn't really matter much. But here is the other Raptor right alongside. Again, I love the JP3 one more, but at the same time, I will say that there is at least a bit more paint applications applied on this one. I guess maybe because it's just a lot more airbrush put into it. This one obviously doesn't have as much. I mean, it does have paint at the bottom, but it should have gone through the neck. But yeah, overall, really good Velociraptor. I mean, again, the Epic Attack lineup of figures definitely have a different aesthetic going towards it. Don't really hate this Raptor because I know a lot of people might not like the overall bulk of these dinosaurs, but I just really like them because I can really appreciate the scale they're going for, considering that they match like the Hasbro Raptors of 2001. Because, well, I'd rather say that than say Hasbro from 2015 or 2016 because those weren't particularly as good as they were or as they used to be, in my opinion. Yeah, these go really good with those particular Velociraptors. If you hadn't seen my video on the Epic Attack Raptor that I reviewed previously, definitely going to link a card up in the video somewhere to show that, because it will show off a little more how these Raptors definitely go so good for the Hasbro line of 2001. These two should have a bit of a roar off. in sync sound effects. This one brights up a lot better than the other one, actually. Yeah, still a pretty nice action feature in my opinion. Really like that. So, yeah, I'll just go ahead and put that aside. I mean, it does have a little bit of a balancing issue, mainly because of how you position it. Might as well just position it wherever it can. Okay, hold on a second. I hate when these take forever. There, that's how it's going to be. Anyways, let's go take a look at the Ford Explorer. Now, it's basically the exact same Ford Explorer with the exact same number, the 04, except it looks like it's upscaled compared to the original one. But overall, it's the exact same, like supposedly the exact same sculpt. It's just retooled to be more dyno damage happy on it. Like the paint job on the red is obviously a lot less saturated compared to the original one, as you can see in the background. But overall, it's definitely still got that same good Ford Explorer details. I mean, the colors look a tiny bit muted compared to the original, which is a lot more vibrant. Which I'm saying the red is a lot more duller, but it's fine. It actually kind of looks a bit more movie accurate, but in terms of how you look at it, like especially on the film, I think the darker like red does match a little bit more than the brighter red on that one. Again, looks really nice. You got the Ford Explorer like text right here, the Ford logo, the Jurassic Park license plate. Again, same as the original. It's actually good that they still kept that there. But again, this is retooled. So they didn't just made a new sculpt or anything. It's just basically a retooled version of the exact same vehicle. The interior is also similar, hopefully. Yeah, it might as well be similar. I think the only difference is really just the way it's made entirely, but it might be exactly the same. I have to look at the details when we compare it a little later. But really, the meat and potatoes of this whole vehicle is just really the action feature. But what really happens, actually, no. Let me grab the appropriate dinosaur for this, and let me just move a few things out the way so I can give him more space. There we go, the Red Rex. Yeah, first of all, the action feature is, of course, when this happens. the car got squished. But yeah, that's the action feature. Oh yeah, and this thing still opens up. It's actually an articulation point. It doesn't actually feel spring-loaded in any way. But the vehicle can retract back up by doing that. So, not entirely the story, but that's a really good action feature for this Ford Explorer. It actually goes really nice. Although at the same time, again, like I said before opening this up, there ain't no opening doors where you can put characters in. But you can have this pull up like this, so you can put characters in that way. And I think the Kenner version had the opening sun door like this. I'm just trying to remember much because, again, with no opening doors and the window that opens up like this is essentially like the Kenner version in a certain way. All it needs is a freaking weapon at the back, but then again, that vehicle has that already. Lexington are inside the vehicle. Again, like I say, you might not be able to get the window down, unlike the original one back in the background actually has that action feature, so you might be able to do it better on here. But again, I guess when you flip the vehicle over and crush it a little bit, and then just flip it down like this, yeah, it actually does look a lot better here. Yeah, just much better when it's crushed on the ground like that. Just have the T-Rex biting on the dang tire. Now you just, okay, looks like I'm just straight up recreating the exact scene. But yeah, that's how that looks. I should go ahead and take a little closer of the vehicle damaged up like this, as you can see. I mean, the way they implemented this action feature is just nice in general. I really like how this, well, whole thing, it's like it just retracts itself, and then you can just destroy it as much as you want anyway. Again, it's definitely nice that it has that type of action feature. I kind of wish other vehicles would have a little bit more like that, like just retractable rather than just straight up destroyed it entirely to pieces. But also, here's the engine detail from over here. Again, this reminds me a lot of the original Kenner Ford Explorer a lot more. I'm gonna go ahead and make a comparison. As you can see, oh, let me go ahead and get it a little further over here. It's almost practically the same vehicle, but there is a few differences. I think there's even more of a difference on this little thing right here. It's like the way it's built from here. Yeah, it's like this feels a little bit more like it's punctured outward, and this one's like it's a little bit inward, I guess. I mean, you can probably see the difference on camera anyway. Jurassic Park logo is also different on here too. It's a little bit more, I think you could say it's a little bit more accurate on here than it is on here. The white outline is missing on this one compared to this one. So that's pretty nice to see. And again, the difference is also clear on the color. The dark red especially, or just the red, like dark red, or it's a little bit darker on here, a little lighter on this one. Again, they look really nice. And oh yeah, and even the interior is also done differently. I just noticed that, like that front television end or whatever it is, that is apparently bulkier on the original one and skinnier in the new one, weirdly enough. I don't know why it's skinnier on that one. I mean, it's the same numbered Jeep, so I don't honestly get that. And the bigger difference is the window. As you can see, it's like the window on here. This goes downward to recreate that moment in Jurassic Park 1 a lot better. But this one goes out, up like this to put characters in instead of going the other way around. And there is no opening doors. The advantage of this one, the disadvantage of that one. But again, the one to make this look more like the Kenner version, it's still better in my opinion. I mean, both of them are still good, but in terms of movie accuracy, I think this one wins because of the darker colors. I mean, the colors do match a little better than this one, but this is like really, really good representation of the Ford Explorer. And also, again, compared to the more actual Kenner-inspired Ford Explorer here, the Series 2 inspired Ford Explorer. But I don't have to go too much over that because I've already reviewed this. If you haven't seen that review, go ahead and check that out. Yeah, I was just gonna leave it like that, but yeah, but that's basically it for this review of the Crash and Attack Ford Explorer from the Epic Attack lineup. Definitely another great vehicle set to have, especially considering that it's much more dyno damage oriented like Ford Explorer. Like, overall, just a very nice Ford Explorer, just like the other Ford Explorers we already reviewed on this channel. So, again, if you want an actual like Kenner inspired Ford Explorer with a dyno damage aesthetic on it, this is definitely the way to go, especially when the colors are a little bit more accurate to the film. The Raptor itself is a nice addition, but at the same time, I think I would have done without the Raptor this time. I mean, it's a good looking figure. Same action features and all that stuff, but I don't have to go too much into that anyway, considering that the only thing that's really good about this one is just the different head sculpt. But really, same Raptor as before. Don't have to be too invested in that, but really, it's just the Ford Explorer here that steals this show right here. That's really it. Also, let me go ahead and just put these guys back in here. Press the vehicle. Just flip back down and do that whole thing again. This is just too fun to recreate. Yeah, that's basically it for this. Sorry, there's a little scuff, but it's better than nothing. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be seeing you guys later.